Well, it's finally my turn to do the 8 pen questions video. Many thanks to Simone and Leon Likes for even trusting someone that has absolutely no YouTube history and is a practical newbie in the pen industry with something this wonderful. So I'm going to try to catch my breath and get through this without it just being this long, chatty video. So again, many thanks to the fountain pen community for being so accepting of us newbies. And hopefully next year this time, I will be a little bit more advanced. I feel like I am not getting everything into the frame. But again, this is my first YouTube video ever on a topic that I am very new and experiencing. So we're just going to wish me luck, and here goes. So the first question is, when and how did your pen journey begin? So when I was maybe in like the 4th or 5th grade, my social studies teacher had a fountain pen, and that was just the most luxurious item that my adolescent self had seen up to that time. Fast forward to like my early 20s. I'm from Atlanta, and I worked at the Lenox Square Mall, and that is where the Mont Blanc store is. So on occasion, I would go to the Mont Blanc store on my breaks or lunch break just to window shop. Around that time, you could probably buy a Mont Blanc for about $300, $400, $500 or so. So while they weren't something that I thought of as unobtainable, there was never any way that I was going to be able to afford one of those at that point in my life. Then we're going to fast forward to about 2021, and I joined a dating app, and the guy that I met on the dating app just was a fountain pen hobbyist, and I was so thrilled to kind of like have met this guy, and he's all into fountain pens, and I think he's great anyway. So it just worked out. So one day he told me that he had something for me, and it turned out to be my very first fountain pen, which was the TWSBI Echo. I love this pen. So question 2, favorite inks in the beginning, and what are your go-to inks now? So I did a little swatching. As you can also see here, I am so new at all of this. So again, forgive me. But I did some swatching, and these are the first 3 inks that I received. The Monteverde, Sweet Life and Cherry Danish, the Mont Blanc, Amethyst Purple. He gave both of those to me when he gave me the TWSBI. And then last year, I went to my very first pen show, the Atlanta Pen Show in April of 2023, and I bought myself the Colorverse USA Las Vegas. So those were my first 3 inks. What I am currently using right now is my currently inked for March. is this Sailor Shikari Zaza, which I hope is right. Diamond 3 Kings, and Monteverde, the Jungle Collection in Toucan. Question 3. How have your pen and ink tastes changed over time? They haven't. As you can see here, of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pens, all 5 of them were given to me by the same person. So personally, I probably don't feel like I'm changing pretty much, just primarily because someone else is kind of dictating the pens that I have. Also, last year at the Atlanta Pen Show, I decided to buy myself my first pen, and this is what I bought. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't buy another Kaweco, just because it seems like it hurts my wrists. They're definitely not for long writing, but it is fun to kind of go back to it from time to time. Question 4. Are there pens and inks you have yet to try but would like? Absolutely yes. We're going to the Atlanta Pen Show next week, and I have convinced myself that I'm going to buy a Leonardo. However, my budget is more like I'm going to buy a used Leonardo, if I can. As far as inks, I would like to try the Wearing Gold, specifically the Great Gatsby and the Taming of the Shrew. Those are the 2 that I have on my wish list. I am starting to get into the Ferris wheel press inks, but they are really, I don't know if they're expensive, but for like $22 a bottle, it feels like it possibly could get expensive. This is one of 2 of my Ferris wheel press bottles, and I literally have 3 or 4 on my wish list. So you're talking about $60 in ink. So I don't know if I'm going to go that far. I do think that I need to start being more realistic about sampling or sample orders, and see if that will kind of turn down my fascination for inks for right now. Number 5, what is your Holy Grail pen? Maria Russo, on her 8 pen question videos, gave such a great answer. So I don't necessarily think that I now have a Holy Grail pen. If I do, it's still the Mont Blanc, but it is the Van Gogh collection, the one that looks like the sunflowers. As you can see, kind of have a thing for sunflowers. But again, I'm so new at this. I would like to think that I don't even know what my Holy Grail pen is, if there is such a thing. Number 6, how many pens do you currently own? Well, people, what you see is what I got. Like I said, this whole batch here I got from someone, one of the vendors at the San Francisco Pen Show, which we attended last year, gave me this at the end of the show. It used to light up, but maybe I've left it on and the batteries died, but I have so much learning to do about writing with glass pens. Of course, the Kaweco. And then also, this was a pen, Noveler. I bought it at the San Francisco Pen Show last August, and I still haven't unboxed it or inked it up. So I'm thinking that that's going to be part of my April currently inked. But overall, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if you count the glass pen, and then this is just a little mechanical pencil that I've kind of picked up. I also have a Retro 51 rollerball. So if you count rollerballs and glass pens and mechanical pencils, I think that puts me at like 12, but otherwise we're talking about 7, which I think is average. Well, no, not in this world. Okay, so question 7. Do you have a limit on pens or inks? Is this number or a feeling? And when will you know you have reached your maximum? For me, it's going to probably be more of a feeling. I honestly think that I have enough right now. I don't write a lot. I am starting to consider journaling, but I'm getting a slow start with that. So because I don't have lots of opportunities to write, and I don't see where I'm creating additional opportunities to write for myself, I think that I would be happy with what I currently have. They're really good writers. This pen, I had it tuned. I had the nib tuned up, and it's absolutely fabulous now. Like, this is a pen that I constantly have with me. This is my everyday carry, if I'm using the right terminology for it. So thank you to Matthew Chin for taking what was a really crappy pen and turning it into something that I just absolutely adore now. Inks, now that is a totally different question. I have jumped on the ink bandwagon, and I am here to stay. I don't have any problems with buying more ink. I like all different shades of ink. So what I'm trying to do is figure out which inks work best in which pens, and then we're just going to kind of go from there. And the final question, number 8, consequently, what would you do if another pen or ink came along? Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that if it's ink, I'm going to buy it. With pens, I think that I probably would add it to my collection. I want to have an array of purple pens. I actually thought that that was taboo, but I'm getting to see that people definitely collect multiple pens in the same colors. So I wouldn't have a problem with, a few more purple pens if they happen to come along. If anyone has a Leonardo that they want to get rid of, I am available for the taking. So I hope this was not too long or too chatty. I am very excited to be a part of this community, and I am looking forward to what the next year brings, and hopefully this pin question thingy will still be alive and well, and I can redo it and hopefully have not only more experience with shooting YouTube videos, but also become more knowledgeable in the pen and ink community. So again, very many thanks to Simone and Leon Likes for allowing me an opportunity to do this. And as a shameless plug, if anyone would like to send me a sample of the Ink Vent calendar, day 23, sugar snapped, I'm also available for the taking. Thank you. Bye-bye.